And from Village Music Club, we're going to talk about that name in a minute here. We welcome John Pearlstone along with Pamela Sankey from Nomads OC. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Village Music Club's always active. You're always doing something. I can't believe you have time to even come in and talk to us. And Pamela, you have a big New Year's show coming up that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But first, I want to start with Village Music Club. Big announcement for the coming year. You guys are going to be kind of no more, but really kind of more of a merger, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as a merger. The All Musicians Club, which I've mentioned several times, we've done some partnership stuff, has just grown tremendously. And Carmen Pacello's super active. Mm-hmm. He's got the whole network set up. So given what was going on, it made sense to kind of merge the two clubs. Mm-hmm. But it's going to end up being the All Musicians Club with him running it starting at the beginning of next year.
Yeah. Because a lot of things you guys do are kind of parallel. Like you said, you partner on some projects, and you're the same mindset in terms of the entertainment you guys do and the bands you promote and those kinds of things, right?
Right. I think things have evolved. Right, I guess I'd say there's some big clubs that really run the monthly dances and bring in other bands and what have you, and then Village Music Club and All Musicians Club were doing some of those shows, but also kind of helping the bands in the community and trying to get us more presence both in and out of the community. And so it didn't make sense to have two separate things when we could just communicate as one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're still doing all your tribute stuff with the Wilbury stuff and the Dylan stuff, right? So that's just going to continue as always.
Oh yeah, I mean hopefully it'll get bigger. There's this big Bob Dylan movie coming out next week, in fact, for Christmas, and I'm hoping that raises awareness and you'll see lots of activity with Dylan and Wilburys, and there's Village residents that participate in those bands. So. Yeah, that's all going to continue forward. It's just the management.
So Pamela, Nomads OC, you guys have done a New Year's show before, and this is kind of like something that you're going to return to. Excited about it? Fun? How you're preparing?
Yeah. So this is our fourth year. As most people would remember, we did our first one on the patio at 19, and since then we've done them in the clubhouses. So we'll be in Clubhouse 2 this year, and where sales are going great. We're selling singles, tables, and as well as we have a singles table has been requested. So that's almost full, so we'll start a new one if we need one of those as well.
A little mix and mingle.
Yeah, it's great. It's going to be great. Everybody likes to come out and have a really good time, so everybody likes to dance and, carry on. And most of the folks are repeat partiers with us, so we call them Arnomaniacs, right? So they'll all be out there and dancing, and we'll have that buffet dinner and music, and we'll have our famous ball drop at 9 p.m. We're on New York time, right?
Yes, the New York time for everybody who wants, wants to have a fun time.
Yeah.
How do you approach a New Year's show? Because it seems to be wrapped around that event instead of just, hey, we're doing a show here, it's Saturday kind of thing.
I think everybody right now is in that festive mode, so that's the drive that we have. So we'll have our holiday music, if you like, our fun and festive music. We'll have a lot of dancing, and people just like to be in a good spirit, party with their friends. So we're kind of going along that same path. We'll do a lot of the same songs, our old songs that are the requested ones.
Yes.
And then we also have some new songs in there as well. So we'll keep everybody going all night long.
And how long have you guys been together as a group? I know it's been years here in the Village, but
2000, 2001.
Really been since 2000?
Right after COVID.
Not even close.
I think. Really?
2020.
2020. What did I say?
2001. I was very surprised.
I was thinking 2021.
You're coming up on your 25th year of doing this.
And we're so young.
Our silver anniversary
I was super
coming
impressed.
up. We started, Pamela and I have been doing it even longer, but it all came back together during COVID out in the park where all those bands, Lyle Sanders and guys who were mainstays in the community came out to play, and that led to the Nomads.
Yeah, that's terrific. When you think about doing a Wilburys or tribute, I know you talked about I want to do a John Denver one and that kind of thing. What does it take to kind of conceptualize that to find somebody to do one of those things? It seems like a major process.
It really is. I mean, somebody has to be super committed to trying to tribute in a way that people will buy into. Whether they sound exactly like the guy or not isn't that critical, but you need to at least have some connection, and then you got to get a band that's willing to learn all those particular songs, because most of the Dylan stuff, for example, and a lot of the Wilbur stuff won't work at a bar. It's not danceable.
Right.
So, it's somebody that's really interested in performing. And there's just a bazillion musicians out there. So there's people you can usually find now in terms of within our community that hasn't been quite so easy.
Right,
You know, there's
right.
been some. Jeff Greider stepped in. A few others have expressed some interest. But yeah, it's a matter of if, you know, again, we're a retirement community. People
Right.
are kind of not looking for that level of, you know, effort mostly. But anybody that wants to, that, you know, all musicians clubs still going to pursue that.
Yeah, but I mean, folks can make a real living at these tribute acts. I mean, there's people who are touring the country doing Huey Lewis tributes and the Bee Gees tributes and those
Bee
kinds of
Gees,
things.
you know,
The
come
Bee
to
Gees
mind.
is a
And
huge one.
yeah, those guys just keep getting bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
and they're getting, you know, 1, you know, 5, and even some of the bands get 6-figure gigs, you know, after another, because those bands aren't playing anymore. It's the only way you're going to hear any live representation that sounds like them. So, you know, most of them don't make a living. I'll be honest.
Right.
My hand up too, but some can, and it's certainly a worthy effort to try to get established and get, you know, known for doing something like that. I certainly am interested in pursuing that.
Yeah, and you've done that. You've played to some big groups as well, you know. And what's that like going out there and like really have a big audience at one of the parks you played in, that kind of thing, and have like, wow, they're really responding to that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because you can, you know, I study a lot of the, you know, videos and what have you that Dylan did, and you kind of feel like you're in one of those performances, and when someone comes up afterwards and tells you all about when they saw Dylan or something moved them, and you know, that's everything to me. That's why I like doing that.
When you were a younger kid, what got you into music in the first place? What guys say, hey, I think I want to maybe perform, I want to play instruments and that kind of thing?
I didn't. I sang in choir, remember, at high school, but I didn't really pick up being a musician until, you know, moved to Laguna Woods. So give the community some credit. They, you know, created an environment that made me want to play with some friends and what have you, and we just picked it from there. So yeah, about 5 years ago.
There you go. It's never too late. And just like the old Nomads, it's never too late. You guys have started only a few years back. So, now you guys do original stuff and mix in some other things too, right? And so you're nomaniacs or enjoy a little bit of everything from you guys?
They do, and we do, yeah. We're not really playing original tunes.
Oh, okay.
We're playing more of the favorites,
Oh,
rock and
okay,
roll,
okay.
classic rock, Woodstock favorites. So we've got a good blend of the music that our fans like to hear. Yeah.
And how big is the set list that you guys like can pull from? And then when you put one together, I mean, you must rehearse a lot of songs. Say, hey, we're not feeling this one tonight, or like you make a special set for New Year's and that kind of thing. Right,
exactly. It's a lot because everybody's got like their own music that they bring. So there's a catalog, I guess, of hundreds of songs.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
it's in the hundreds. Those guys that, you know, play with Pamela, and Pamela herself perform for a while, they know a lot of music.
There's a lot, yeah.
It's funny when you bring up a new one. Oh, I thought this might be good for the band. They could just play it. It's pretty impressive to see.
And that's the impressive thing, I think, is like a musician has just an ear for things like that. And when you have people like that thinking, oh yeah, we can handle that. Let's just knock this one out. So it really is. I mean, I imagine rehearsals are just like little refreshers and things like that.
Well, we had one last night. It was 3 hours, and we put some new music in there.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's that catalog, and I think everybody enjoys it. And what our fans say to us is, keep the old stuff. We love the old stuff. So you gotta kind of do what the people want you to do, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's recap then. It's going to be 19 Restaurant. It's New Year's Eve Bash. It's going to be Clubhouse too. And you guys are going to do the ball drop at 9. Music from Nomads OC. It is going to be a buffet dinner.
Exactly.
People can buy the tickets now, and they're available. Reservations where there's a Gmail on the screen there for you guys to do that. It sounds fantastic. And the big news, of course, from you guys is All Musicians Club starting. We'll still be seeing you. You'll still be coming in for stuff?
I'm going to be working with Carmen, but it's mostly going to be him. And I wanted to just take 2 seconds here and do a special thanks to Carmen and to Louis Billowitz, who helped me kind of get established with the club. And mostly to Alan Goldman, who most people don't even know, but this guy has been a huge influence on music in the village. And he's just been a great friend, and I wouldn't be a musician if it wasn't for him. So really want to thank him for everything he's done for me.
That's wonderful. Absolutely. And I hope, say it isn't so that I won't be able to interview you anymore, but hopefully you'll come in. We'll get you back in here at some time.
I'll be around the village.
Okay. All right. Good to hear. All right, folks. So make sure you get out to the New Year's show. Nomads OC, you're going to be performing. It should be a great one. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to both of you
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, folks. You are watching Village Television. We'll be right back.